Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is September 11, 2023, and it's your Monday Market Moment. This is my opportunity to review the market. Today, I'm going to look at Rancho Mirage, and fortunately, we are far enough into the month of September that we can see August numbers. I'm going to share my screen as I do, and we're going to dive right in. So Desert Dynamics provides these to us. I'm very grateful to them for doing this. And I'm going to highlight some important things on my screen. Unit sales, 34, we're up 54%. By the way, we're focused on single-family homes in Rancho Mirage, California. This is a little bit east of Palm Springs. It goes Palm Springs, Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert. Those are the four communities that I focus on. And we'll start with unit sales for single-family dwellings. 34 units, so we're up 54% versus August of 2022. Median sales price is up slightly, basically unchanged statistically. And if we look at the chart, the graph below that, you can see where the high water mark was during COVID. Post-COVID, we have seen a slide in prices, but if you'll notice, we are on an upswing for Rancho Mirage. If you're someone who likes to try and time markets, I don't know how you can exactly do that. Please let me know. I would love to know. But here's what I would say is, if you've been thinking about a single-family dwelling in Rancho Mirage, you probably want to make a move sooner rather than later, as we are seeing prices go back up. All right, inventory is up. That's a good thing. We're actually cycling into our fall season. Although we're in September now, come October and November, we will see snowbirds return. These are the folks that spend their winters here, and typically, if they've got a rental they don't like, or they've decided they're going to keep coming back, this is when they make a purchase. So we will see inventory come up a bit, and you will see more buyers circulating in the marketplace. Days on market has increased. Sales price, again, essentially flat. Look at this. This is essentially flat. This is price per square foot. Now, it's important to understand we have seen an overall price reduction. But what this tells me is that sellers are adapting to the marketplace and coming onto the market at a more appropriate price. Sales to original list price, these are folks that have taken at least one price reduction. So maybe they didn't hit the number quite right, and now they've had to adjust. They're getting about 94% of their asking price. What's important for a buyer in this market to recognize is that there are no deep discounts in a price. If a seller has already factored that in, and in fact overcompensating, we know that there are 20% of our sales, that's this number in the lower corner here, that are actually going above the sales price. That means we have buyers circulating in the marketplace. And going back up to this number on a sales price versus original sales price, or closing price versus original price, you're not seeing 20, 30, 40, 50 counts. Those just haven't materialized. And that has everything to do with the fact that we have very little inventory. If we're below 6 months, we consider that a seller's market. So overall picture, we're seeing a median sales price go up slightly. If we look at the chart, we're not at the high water mark of 475 for single family dwellings, but we are certainly beyond this low point and this low point in June of 21. 29% of the homes are selling within 30 days. 56 are selling within 60 days, and that's cumulative. 62% are selling within 90 days. I'm going to come back to this number after I run through a couple of other charts here. So first, this is with respect to single-family dwellings, still sticking with that subject. This chart is from the good folks at Chicago Title, Christian and Shanna Bailey. And what I like about it is it takes median price. Again, median price is the house in the middle, half sold above that number, half sold below it. And we break it into market segments here. So if you're looking at, the quartiles, you can see prices at the lower end. The first three quartiles are all very flat. Yes, we did have high watermarks here and here, and they've come down, and then they've just essentially remained stable. And my expectation is we'll see minor variations. We're not going to see anything dramatic until interest rates come down, and then you can bet your bottom dollar these are going to go up. So at the highest end, always, I mean, there are just fewer buyers in that market space. So of course, we're going to see the greatest fall off there. And I always pause here a little bit. You can pause your video replay if you want to study these numbers a little bit more. Now, I'm going to go over to condos in Rancho Mirage. Unit sales, overall unit sales is down. Median sales price, however, is up. And our inventory is up. Again, more people are coming into the marketplace. So sellers who have been preparing are now ready to launch. Days on market has gone up significantly. So it's taking longer to sell units. But we're still seeing very stable prices on a list price versus sale price. This number consistent with last month and consistent with single family dwellings. We still have 18.8% of the houses going into contract at or above list price. Inventory has gone up. We're still under a 6 month threshold, so we're still technically a seller's market. And our median sales price per square foot has gone up. So 38% of the units are selling within 30 days. 60 days takes 56% are going within 60 days. 75% are sold within 9 days. Now, I said I'd come back to this number. You know, the access that agents have to the MLS is a little bit different than what brokers have. So I can't actually dial in too deeply, but here's what I want to show you. I can't specify the month of August exclusively when it comes to expireds. So, pardon me, I did a from 45 days back. That's my tool. And so we can ignore the ones here in September. We had 2 in September that expired. And then we can see here, there's about 20 or so that go into August. Actually, there's only 16. But you can see here, they're at various price points. And these are folks who expired after this many number of days on market. So when the listing agent signed the agreement, you have to specify how long the agreement is for. And when it hits that expiration, MLS immediately expires it. Now, many sellers will do an extension, so it wouldn't show up as expired right away, or they might actually permit the listing to expire and then relist with either the same agent or a different agent. I'd have to go to a different search to determine how many of these have actually relisted. And when they relisted, did the price actually come down? So you can see your days on market, you know, sometimes a lot. This expired in 2 days. I don't imagine that was a very serious seller. Someone who's got a property on the market for 365 days, God bless them for that level of commitment. But I can tell you in this market, a home should not take 365 days to sell. There had to be something fundamentally wrong with that house that did not justify that price. But at the end of the day, the price was wrong. Similarly, 201 days is a very, very long time on market. That's more than 6 months. And if you've ever sold a house and you've lived in it while you're trying to sell it, that means the house has to be tidy every time someone comes over to see it. It means you have to get out when there are open houses. It means you can't let the pet run around and defecate in the yard without cleaning it up. You have to have your pool man coming regularly. You have to have your gardener coming regularly. If you have extra cars, you need to move them off site for your showings. It is a lot of work. Now, you might say, I don't live in the house. It doesn't matter. I want my price. What you're saying in that case is you're going to wait for the market to appreciate until you get your number. You can do that. It's really hard. It makes more sense to take the property off the market for a while, do what you need to modify and improve it, maybe stage it, virtual staging, some simple upgrades like new paint, new carpet, maybe tile a room, change out the door handles, change out the lighting fixtures, replace countertops. These are things that can give it a fresh look to reintroduce it. But I can tell you, after 193 days, after 108 days, 115, 124 days, people are not biting. That's why these expired. All right, I've gone on a little bit of a rant. I didn't mean to do that. I get a little passionate about this because I know what a seller goes through in order to sell a home. With that being said, I am always available to take your calls. I'm happy to meet with you, give you a market evaluation on what I think your home would sell for today's market. And I'm also happy to work with you as a buyer. If you're coming into our marketplace, I would love to have a conversation with you. You can find my email address and phone number in the show notes below. And as always, if you like this and you want to see what's going on in the market every week, hit subscribe, hit like. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.